Hey, welcome to In Like Flynn. The topic tonight is what is your love language? Um, while I'm waiting for you guys to join, I'm going to enjoy a little ice cream because right now this is my love language is caramel chocolate ice cream. And I swear I better not make a mess. So it's interesting. I posted the topic earlier, and a couple of the guys were like, "What do you mean love language? What does that mean?" And yes, there is a book out that has 5 different love languages. The first one is acts of service. The second one is quality time. The third one is words of affirmation. Hey, Kinga. The fourth one is touch. And the fifth one is gifts. So those are like the basic ones. That there's this book that discusses the 5 love languages. But I mean, for me, love languages are flowers. For me, chocolate. Ice cream. So I mean, speaking in French. So there's no right or wrong. There's just what's your love language. So we're not going to be picky here and say, oh, you had to pick one of the 5 in the book. No, you pick whatever you want. What is your love language? When do you feel most loved? And I only see one comment. Let's see. Okay, hey Lanka. Yay, okay, good. So what is your love language? Kinga, you go first. Oh, and I'm dropping chocolate all over the place. This is not cool. I thought it would be a good idea to up my show. Acts of service, 100%. Lanka, I'm getting chocolate all over the floor. I think flowers and ice cream are good. Where does listening fall in the hierarchy of? Where does listening fall? Is listening active service? Is listening quality time? Where does listening fall in the hierarchy of the love language? Is it appropriate that I'm eating ice cream during my live stream? Food. Yes. Being fed is very important. I agree. So, okay, so Lanka thinks that listening is quality time. Okay. Yeah. Okay, so, okay, guys, and I'm not trying to go sexual because I'm not going to go there. We're going to keep it about love. But what is sex? Is sex touch or active service? That's what I want to know. I'm going to wait for it. Sex. Is it acts of service? Or is it quality time? By the way, I'm spilling my chocolate everywhere. I think flowers are definitely one of my main love languages. And I think it's a gift. And my best girlfriend, Michelle, since 3rd grade, thinks flowers are acts of service. And my thing on that, I know you should never chew with your mouth open. Except for when you're doing a live stream. Oh my God, Brad, this is so good. It's called Bliss. It's called Bliss Inside. It's caramel ice cream on the inside and chocolate on the outside. So that's what's happening with that. But anyway, so I think flowers are a gift. And my best friend since 3rd grade thinks ice cream are an act of service. And I think she thinks flowers are an act of service because her husband gets her flowers from like Trader Joe's or Vons. So that's actually, I can see how she thinks that's an act of service. However, if your husband or boyfriend gets you flowers and delivers them to your house, that's a straight up gift, okay? That's a gift. That falls in the gift category. And, if the flowers come with a card enclosed, that is words of affirmation. If it says, oh honey, I love you, you're the best thing that's ever happened to me, Thank you for last night. Thank you for showing up for me. Whatever it is, those are words of affirmation. So to me, flowers are an act of service, affirmation, and a gift. So I think flowers are 3 things if you include a card. That's my 2 cents. What type of ice cream bar are you eating? Haagen-Dazs or Dove or the brand? Flowers are gifts. I'm with you, Lanka. Wow, where'd you get those? I want one. Oh my God, they're so good. I'm at Philip's house. He gets them at probably, Air One. Get it, Air One. It's so delicious. I thought you guys wouldn't mind, you men wouldn't mind, if I was eating an ice cream bar during live stream. The only problem is I'm spilling it everywhere. So, hi Akil, welcome. So, you guys share, what is your love language? Probably not me eating with my mouth full. Hey, Andrew Gill. Andrew Gill is in the house. I'm trying to eat this ladylike. Hey, Alfie, welcome. Alfie, what's your love language? The men need to tell us what their love language is. I agree. Alfie, what's your love language? Marcin, hey, Marcin, welcome. You haven't been on for a while. What's your love language? Akil, what's your love language? Brad, what's your love language? Guys, what's your love language? I think based upon the response, they like what I'm doing with my mouth, with this ice cream. Yeah. Facebook is giving me a new tip. Oh. Okay. Thank you. I'll keep that in mind. You guys, this time, I'm sorry. There's no dancing this time. Because last show, I danced and I got kicked off twice. So there's no music this time. Just have to deal with me eating my ice cream bar. Okay. So, yeah, I know, it's not safe. It was not planned. So, there are 5 love languages. And I use a little mnemonic device. Squat G. Squat G. S-Q-A-T. Squat Q. No, squat G. Squat J. Squat G. Scat G. Scat G. Scatty. Okay. Loud and dirty. Marcin likes it loud and dirty. Marcin likes to have sex while he's driving on the 101 freeway, Lanka. You think you're creative having like a little bit of masturbation while you're at the CVS? Marcin likes to drive on the 101 freeway having sex, like literal fornication while he's driving. Okay, so the 5 love languages are per this book, but I'm open to other ones. Are acts of service, that's the S. Quality time, that's the Q. Affirmation, that's the A. Words of affirmation, like I love you, you're so important to me, thank you for being there for me last night. Touch is the obvious, a kiss, a touch, a snuggle, maybe more than that. And then gifts. Those are the 5 per this book, the 5 love languages. But I'm not married to that book. Yeah, I'm not married to the book. I know, yeah, he for sure, Marcin takes the cake. So I'm not married to the book. My favorite love language is French. J'adore parler français. Je pense que c'est une langue très très belle et très jolie. Et ben, je suis obsédée avec le français. So there you go. So one of my love languages is French. Another one of my love languages are flowers. But you guys, what's your love language? Like for example, Lanka's love language is acts of service. We know that Andrew Gill likes chocolate. No. Yeah, you guys, mouth off. Tell me what your love language is. It's not just about Lanka and me. I mean, it really is about Lanka and me, but you know what I'm saying. I'm making a big fat mess. Okay, loud and dirty. Also a good sandwich. Okay, there we go. So Marcin, so cooking, I think would be an act of service. What do you think, Lanka? I think if you cook for your partner, an act of service. Food. Actually, Kinga said food earlier, and I said food too. Food is a good one. If my guy cooks for me, I feel very, very, very loved. And I'll clean. I'm not afraid to clean. So Andrew Gill says food. So what I'm seeing here is a lot of food. Yes, cooking is the number one act of service. Now, when it comes to cleaning, hey, Jay, thanks for joining. I'm attempting to eat an ice cream, but it's landing all over the floor and on my white shirt. But since I can't dance, I thought I'd go ahead and entice you. I texted you in French and didn't even get a call as promised. Oh, Randy, oh la la. Peter, dessert in bed. Thank you for joining. Fixing things around the house. I'm not sure. Probably physical touch or quality time. I'm 100% with physical touch. Physical touch is everything. A guy could be madly in love with me and not touch me and I wouldn't feel love. I'm with Akil. Yes, Lanka, honey-do list. Fixing things around the house makes me feel so heard. And listening is really important. So I would say listening is an act of service. Listening is number one for me. Number one thing. The number one reason I feel loved is listening. And having the guy fix something around the house makes me feel heard. Are we okay that I'm eating ice cream, or was that really rude that I'm eating ice cream on my live stream? I think it's fun because I can't dance. So why not eat? If you feel like I'm more interested in this than talking to you, you're wrong. My live stream was more important. But this bliss thing is pretty good. I think that Brad went out and got the bliss. I'm surprised, guys. I think ice cream is distracting without smacking. Okay. I do whatever Kinga tells me to do. Okay. I'm done. That's so good. Bliss. Kinga, do you like this color purple or no? I'm done with the ice cream. I listened to what Kinga said. This is my list in order. Active service, words of affirmation, quality times, gifts, physical touch. Oh my God, Lanka, how is physical touch on the bottom of your list? Okay, so for me, acts of service is like third. First would be touch. If the guy is not touching me, I'm not going to feel the love, no matter how much he loves me. If the guy could not like me at all, but touches me, I'm going to feel love. So I'm the opposite of Lanka. Physical touch is number one for me. Number two is probably words of affirmation. Number three is acts of service, and the last thing is probably quality time. Is that just, so Lanka? Because I don't care about physical touch. How is that possible? How do you have that many kids? I don't buy that. There's no way. You're being touched by your kids and your husband all the time. You have 10 kids. I beg to differ. There's no way you can have 10 kids or 9 kids or 8 kids or however many kids. You guys, I literally have a pile of ice cream on the floor. I'm going to get in big trouble. And it doesn't have to just be those 5 things, Lanka. Like, you can say flowers, you can say food, you can say whatever. I'm not married. The first is gifts. Okay, here we go. Shantavian. That's a cool name. Welcome, Shantavian. Welcome. Shantavian is saying that gifts are first. Gifts are up there with me too. I got to be honest. I like gifts. I do like gifts, and I consider flowers a gift. I don't care about physical touch. Lanka, how come you don't care? Okay, we've got to dissect this. Why do Lanka and Zach not care about physical touch? I want to know. Do you guys want to know? We want to know. Why is physical touch not a thing? I mean, how is that possible? Foot rubs. Massages are everything. I respectfully disagree with Lanka. massages and foot rubs. Peter Warren, thank you for joining. And I don't know if you're the one that likes me wearing glasses. I know Andrew Gill does. But just for that awesome ad of foot rub, I'm going to put my hair up in a bun and like a principal or like a librarian and just say thank you, thank you, thank you for foot rubs, because Lord have mercy, massages are very, very important. I like being in a personal bubble. Well, then if you like being in a personal bubble, Lanka, then I think you must love COVID, because we're all kind of in our personal little spaces right now. When we go out in public, we have to keep our 6 feet distance. We've got to keep our masks on. So if you're telling me that you like being in a personal bubble, then I'm going to tell you that I think that you're just fine with COVID and with these restrictions. Pixie haircuts. I do this for Andrew Gill. I swear to God, if you're a top fan like Andrew Gill, there's nothing I won't do. This is for Andrew Gill. He loves watermelon. He loves WAP. He loves Ricky Styles. So I give him what he wants. Okay, Shantavian. I love this name. La Guardia. Shantavian La Guardia. Okay, pixie haircuts. No. Okay, pixie haircuts. I mean, maybe, but no. Okay, so I honestly don't like physical touch at first, but I realized sometimes that's how I could comfort my friends. That's what they needed to feel motivated, etc. Now I love it. So Shantovian, maybe you're going to have an effect on Lanka. I think it's important to analyze what love language you're good at giving, not just what's important to you. Lanka gets a ton of round of applause. Okay, so that's a very, very good point. So Lanka, what is it you're good at giving? So Lanka, I don't want to hear about what you want, because I know you like acts of service. But what service, what love language do you excel at? I love acts of service, and Zach is amazing at acts of service. Zach's most important love language is words of affirmation, and that's why I'm the best at giving. So Lanka is saying, find out what you're the best at giving, and then give that. Give me a hug, Lanka. Aw, couples need to match up somewhat. That's so true. I really think it's true. I think that if you and your heart, I think that what Lanka's saying is true. If you can figure out what your partner's love language is, and in this case, Zach likes words of affirmation, okay? So Lanka has to become good and be an expert at giving her partner words of affirmation. And I can do that for Zach already. Zach is totally funny. He's so cute. He's as funny or funnier than Jim Carrey, looks younger than Jim Carrey, and he's your husband. Hi. And he gives you like pretty much whatever you want. So hello, Zach. If Lanka ever misbehaves, I'm just kidding. I'm being cheeky. Okay. My sister-in-law hates to be touched, and her husband loves language with physical touch. No go. 100%. 100%. Your love language have to correlate. So for example, I love to talk, okay? And I love for my partner to listen. And if all my partner does is talk and doesn't listen, it's never, ever going to work. So Lanka is completely, absolutely right. If her sister-in-law loves to be touched and her husband can't touch, it's never going to work. Can't touch this. Can't touch this. No, it's not going to work. You have to have compatible love languages. And what Lanka says isn't true. You have to be able to give what your partner needs. Okay? So if, for example, your partner loves gifts and you don't have a ton of money, then you have to find a way to give gifts. It's really important. It is. Your love language is important because like I was saying earlier, I could be with a guy, literally Lanka, that didn't love me, but he touched me and caressed me and put his fingers through his hair and massaged me, and I would feel loved. That would work for me. I'd rather have that than a guy that loves me but can't communicate in a language that I need, which is touch and words of affirmation. And I do like gifts because I love flowers. So, and I also like touchy, feely, in other places quite a bit. It's interesting to analyze even your children's love languages. 100%. It is. It really is. They're all so different. Yes, and in Lanka's case, she has 9 kids. Soon to be, well, I don't know. She's got 9 kids. I'll leave it at that. Soon to be probably 20 kids if we let her have her way. I don't even know. But so, yeah, so do any of you guys want to share? Lanka and Shatavian are telling me lots of stuff. Does anybody else, like Akil, want to join in? Don't be shy. There's no wrong answers here. Every answer is a good answer, and we only have 5 more minutes. So jump on in and let me know what your love language is or what your partner's love language is, and if you're good at giving that partner that language that they need to feel loved or not. Let's see. We need to try to communicate through the love language of the people we love. That's so important. And like a lot of people's cases, they said food was important. So, Lanka, what do you do if your partner really loves, show confidence, y'all? That's right, that's right. So, Lanka, what do you do, what do you do if your partner likes you to cook and you really don't cook? I wish food was the love language. I know. Well, some people, they think that cooking is an act of service. So that's a love language. So it could be seen, or if you are not afraid to deliver Postmates, that could be perceived, in my idea, as a gift. So if I'm craving crab cakes and my partner brings me over crab cakes from Santa Monica Seafood, that's a gift in my book. I guess cooking is an act of service. There's a kill. I gotta pull a kill out of there. It's so funny. Some of you, like Lanka or Jeannie George, or where in the heck is Eric? Eric should be on this thing. Yet some people have no problem mouthing off and saying what they feel on this live stream, and others are like super quiet, and I've got to pull it out of them. Like Kinga, I've got to pull it out of, and Akil, I've got to pull it out of. But really, it's not to be judged. There's no right or wrong love language, and my favorite language is French. So if my partner can speak French, that to me is the language of love. So also too, if they speak a foreign language, that's kind of hot. So if they speak Italian or Spanish or French, that's pretty hot. German, not so sexy. Mandarin, not so sexy. I think that I like water for chocolate definitely deals with food as love. Yes. Oh my gosh, that movie so does. Yes. Food, yes. And for me, water is water in itself is a love language. You bring me water, I feel loved. You give me a water bottle, I feel loved. I love water. Espanol. Andrew Gill. When Andrew Gill talks, I librarian it. Yes. Español. Yo quiero hablar español. ¿Quién habla español? Yo quiero hablar español muy bien, et yo hablo poquito español. But that was a French. Mais j'ai un accent très bien en espagnol, à mon avis. Je sais pas très, c'est pas trop bien que je dis ça, mais je le dis quand même. So we're going to wrap up, you guys. But basically, the 5 love languages are S. I've got a little mnemonic device. S is acts of service. Q is quality time. A are words of affirmation. T is touch. And G for gifts. So you can say SCAT G to remember all the official love languages. Deep conversation is the most passionate love language. Yes. And I will say during quarantine, like the heavy quarantine, I and my partner, we shared things that were so deep that I can't even imagine I would ever have shared. But when we were stuck in quarantine together, we opened up and shared the most deepest personal things in our soul. So yes, I think deep conversation. Thank you, Shantavayan. I hope I said it right. Thank you for joining, and thank you for stepping in. And I like that tonight we're being serious. We're not all dancing all over the place, and we're not talking about sex. We're talking about deep stuff tonight, like your true love language, how you feel the most heard. Oh, okay. So yeah, I'll do that. He likes the librarian thing. I want you to feel heard, because my best love language is when I'm feeling heard. If I ask for something, like if I say, gee, I really would like my feet rubbed, or gee, I'd love to go for a walk on the beach, and then they say to me, hey, the next day, let's go for a walk on the beach, I feel so loved. Muy bien, squirt pequeno. Squirt pequeno. Oh no. Just call me Sean. Thank you. It was so hard to say Shantavian. Okay, great. Thank you, Sean. I love your purple hearts. And I'll give you the librarian look. I love it. But we're getting ready to wrap up. And before I do so, you guys, now is the time to share with me. Jay, what is your love language? I'm going to say that I think Jay likes gifts. And Sean likes food. Lanka likes deep conversation, acts of service. Actually, we've got to get off here in actually 20 seconds. I was wrong. We're going for 25 minutes tonight. But you guys, I just wanted to say thank you so much for those of you that stepped up and were really honest about what you need, whether it's food, whether it's foot rubs, whether it's not something naughty. I really think it's awesome that you stepped up and really opened up and said what it was, what your love language is. And there's no wrong love language. It could be anything. Just make sure you communicate to your partner what your love language is, and also, most importantly, figure out what their love language is and then master that. Figure out what your partner's love language is and master it. Let's leave on that note. Peace out.